Who wants to keep running? The side will put him down, but it only takes the Aegis the Immortal. VP.
Naku, lakad mo to tol!
Your lane should be all right. I think right now they might be expecting the Vengeful Spirit off lane. An Earth Spirit, which is not there. Okay, never mind. It's going to be the Necrophos off lane, which counteracts that Spectre. And now Jackie's got a very tough game in line.
See how it does pan out. Bounty runes are being fought for up at the top lane. Zorain does manage to pick it up, but a spear not going to land on the tree. So unfortunate for Masaros, but Set0 is still in the chase. Boundless Strike going to slow them down, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough, as Q should eventually have enough damage. Zorain still trying his absolute best to get out of there, but Set0 able to secure the kill on the Undying.
Here is fast. That's where it starts to feel a little bit greedy for this kind of duel. But as long as they get patient here, it should be fine.
Oh, Fairy Fire going to save the life of Fearless, but young PH, he's getting very aggressive now on this Storm. Even just that level 4 mark, really abusing the amount of damage he has with the Static Remnant. And in the meantime, top lane, Hal, able to pick up his first kill of the game on the Monkey. They do manage to pick off Q.
It's now to just keep up. He does hit level 3 though, so he's got a little bit more coming through from the Death Pulse. It can be harder for Jackie to just come in for the CS. So this might be the point where the Necro starts to stabilize that lane.
Nice pick up top lane. They end up getting the Venge, and now Hal, he's going to try and fight back with this Boundless, and Jingu will eventually pop it and get his full HP back.
Again, have really good synergy with the Mind's Armor. Oh, how? Oh,
does end up finding a kill. Q gonna end up going down. They're gonna lose Zorain though. Meanwhile, Lun goes down bot lane, and it looks like they might still. Oh no! Oh, that is just unfortunate. He mistimes the coil break
relatively soon, and this could line up with a smoke rotation.
And it could. Young PH gonna try and back out. Fearless gets a nice coil off. He's kind of stuck right now with Jackie. Will haunt in. He wants to try and get out of this, but there's just no way. They've got so much control just in the puck pick from Fearless.
Opened up more avenues for Motivate.Trust and not having to deal with that. Now, they're starting to clump up top. How?
Yeah, gets caught in the arena, but Masaros, he doesn't actually have the mana to throw the spear out, so bit of a misplay there from Masaros, not doing his math correctly. And in the meantime, Jackie's gonna get jumped down at the bot lane. Great rotations out from young PH. And he does manage to take advantage of the fact that Motivate made their way up top. They're still going to try and go after this Monkey King, but Hal, he's being rather sneaky. Masaros now might need to run as he makes the chase down. Hal, roll off the mark, but it won't matter. Hal, he's able to pick up the kill, but now Fearless is going to make the jump in. He will not have the follow-up damage. In fact, now they've got a secondary kill onto Set0, I believe, as the roll will connect perfectly. And now the Magnetize comes out. Maybe they go for another. Dream Coil going to be forced out. Fearless, he's been stunned up, just trying to secure the kill onto the Earth Spirit. He is not going to find it. In fact, Skill Lay gets the Earn Charge as well as another magnetizing Q. He tried to come in, but
yeah, you need either Mars or Puck, and it just limits your options for the sports to make plays by themselves, although they'll still start it.
Yeah, I mean, Lun just kind of walked back in to keep farming. And eventually does get punished as now Skill Lay. He wants to join the party, but the party's over. At least for him, as now Jackie has haunted in onto the Vengeful Spirit, and they'll find a third.
YG, I believe they popped 2 smokes, so not wasting a bit of resources, but maybe they find a kill here.
Yeah, absolutely. Zip in, Silence is there with the Orchid. However, Soul Rip is out, but it's not going to matter. They'll find Q and they might find another. Set0 does drop, so a 2-for-0 trade, and with that they can go after that mid-tier 1 tower.
It certainly is, and they do manage to clear out the tier 1 mid, so in the end it sort of pays off.
Lun, he does end up juking out the spear though, and the Ghost Scepter is there. They even got the Haunt forced out. Jackie, he's gonna come in. But where's your lockdown? Fearless, he gets silenced immediately as he makes a jump in. He'll get the Yules off, but now young PH wants to move in, but no, the silence is there in time. The Reaper Scythe on Masaros, but it's not enough. He does barely survive. And this trade is not looking great for YGs. They've lost 3 already, and they might lose a 4th. The Skill Lay will eventually die to the Spirit Vessel charge, and Hal's been left behind. He's going to try and TP out, but the Yule Scepter is going to be there from Fearless in time. Hal, he'll try to fight, but there's no way. In fact, don't tell me they found another, because Zorain just bought back, I believe. He's going right back to the graveyard, John. Very bad news here for YG as they get completely wiped.
D-wards yet. They need to get control back in their top jungle. If not, they need to play bot. Playing that bot jungle. It's completely dark for both sides. It's the safest spot to farm it.
That's a dangerous zip in from Young PH, and he gets coiled immediately into his death, I believe, as he does finally drop the Q. He will not go down. He gets the time lapse off in time. Skill A's gonna try and run, but they get the vision. Oh, what a disaster. Fearless looking to maybe bait out here, but to travel in and coils out. They've got Young PH again. Skill A, can they save him? Coil's about to wear off, but the Yule Scepter's there in time. And eventually they'll get him. In fact, in the backside, Masaros, he's got Zorain, he's got Skill A. They'll take them both down. And then the game only gets rougher and rougher as Motivate.Trust, they just won't slow down in this aggression.
Angle, it's very difficult for the side of YG.
Jump in again, nice spear initiation there from Masaros, and well, Young PH, he's gonna survive thanks to the balance strike out from Hell, and now the Wukong's command is there, Jackie. He actually does get torn apart by Lund. The Reaper Scythe proving to be enough. Q still having a look around for Young PH as now the coil comes out. Fearless, he locks them down, but they are starting to drop like flies. Or are they? Zorain and Set Zero, they buy back. They're onto Hal on that Monkey King, and they might just have enough damage. But Masaros, he's out of damage. He needs to back off and kite. Q, he's going to drop Fearless. He'll come back in. They do eventually pick off Hal, but now they need a way out of there. Masaros, he'll get Vortex back by Young PH. And Fearless eventually does get silenced up. Where's the follow-up though? Yeah, it'll be there surely. Yules, phase shift, blink away, orb. Oh, he's actually gonna make it. Skill A. How far are we chasing, sir? But you kind of need the Reapers for the secondary kill after the Aegis expires, I think, as Young PH is gonna zip right through, but Fearless again is having a look around trying to find him, and now the arena's down. Masaros, he does catch out 3. Zorain gets in there somehow. He kind of made his way in. I think it was a bit of a miss-swap. And now they found the Earth Spirit. They've got the Venge. They've got Lund down. Skill A, he's going to commit the buyback, but it's 3v5.
Keep forcing these fights out, and YG just, again, it's down to a perfect execution. It's a lot harder for them to find that opening here.
Swap onto Set Zero. He's an Undying though. He's not going to mind. He'll drop the Tombstone and end up going down. They've got Zorain in response. Now the arena and the spear is out. Q, he will not die to the Reaper Scythe either. It's just not enough. Nothing's going the way of YG as now Hal gets jumped. Masaros, he'll land the spear in the end. They'll even have the coil for Skill A. And Hal, he's going to get the Wukongs off. They will at least find maybe the first life of Jackie, and they will. Skill, or rather Young PH, he's jumping to the backside. He's got Masaros, but he can't get the kill. Time lapse is there in time. Young PH, he's going to have to zip out.
At least you don't need to worry about vortexing yourself, as we've seen happen to him a couple times now. But again, that build-up's also slow.
Oh, arena. Masaros, he's got Lund. Zorain, he swapped earlier on, but it's not going to matter. They were trying to catch out Set Zero, and now Zorain, he's going to drop as a second. Terrible news once again, and to make matters worse, Masaros has a refresher orb, so he has another arena available right now. And they're going to make the jump in. Lund just gets bursted down. Immediate dieback on the Necrophos. And Motivate.Trust looking for more as well. How he actually gets away from Masaros, so the arena means nothing. And now Jackie does actually get jumped. He's dropping low, but the time lapse is going to save the day, at least for now, as Jackie. He will eventually go down. Pretty big pick off here for YG. But in the end, it's not going to prove to be enough, I don't think, as Skill A does go down. Nice juke out with the boundless strike there from Hal.
They're going to have to force that fight there.
And they go. Buyback is there from Young PH. They can't really afford to let this Roshan go for free. And the Aghanim Scepter Blessing as well just makes it that much juicier for Motivate as YG. Try to move in. Masaros, he's there. Immediate spear away onto the monkey. Now, Horn back in. Do they want to try and force the fight? That's a massive coil out. They've caught 3 targets. And they're all breaking the leash. Zorain, he's going to be swapped out of there, but does it even matter? Skill A, big balance strike from Hal, but it just won't matter in the end as they just surround the side of YG. And it happens so darn quick. As Young PH does at least manage to get himself up for now, but he's out of mana. Spirit Vessel's there. Young PH, no, he won't even get to the high ground. And this game one looks to be very over now as Motivate can secure the Megas, and quite frankly, they could probably just go for the tier 4 towers. There is no buybacks available.
Yeah, they're respecting the defense. How?
Gonna move in, and this will be the final defense they have with the time lapse. Is there again? How? He's gonna drop the GG's call. They've had enough. And Motivate.Trust. I mean, props to YG for dragging the game out to 42.5 minutes. But it was quite a dominant affair here from Motivate.
Does very well. Like, you could tether to Tiny or tether to Lina and melt towers super quick with the overcharge, and I think that's the way to play. Motivate.Trust, they just go into Terrorblade. This works really well against that lineup. You've got Reflection in lane to hold yourself well. You've got a lot of damage out from Q is pretty darn good. Can just turn that strength against you, and you know, the TB is fairly tanky. Outside of overwhelming odds, right clicks won't really melt him down.
No, certainly not. Lund now going to turn back around onto Q, but he's got the Decay and the Soul Rip back up, so you've got to be very wary of that as Q. Well, now he's completely out of mana, so he can't get the Soul Rip out, but it won't matter. He'll walk out, and in the meantime, Masros ends up securing first blood onto Zorain himself. The problem is he's leaving Hao behind, and Hao's not going to have a very good time in that 1v1 matchup. It's not exactly very favorable for Hao, as he might just be dead. Toss back. The one charges, he'll survive. Masseros still getting very aggressive here. Another death pulse out, and that's going to force Skill Late to rotate. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Zorain ends up dropping on the Chen, and Fearless picks up his first kill of the game.
Only his center courser. The magic aura does help in mitigating some of the output of Fearless, though, so it does stall out the pushback.
Jump in, Aether Remnant's there, Set Zero is going to rotate. Got the Hex out, they've got the Earth Spike, and they should have enough damage in the end. In fact, they will. Young PH, he's gone. Fearless, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just a bit hard to use that against an LC. You can dispel it off with a press the attack, so you can't really hold well, though.
Yeah, Young PH going to be targeted. Press the attack going to save, but no, not really. They had the finger available. Lun, he's going to try and run with the press the attack. Is it going to matter, though? Probably not, as they will slowly but surely chase him down, and Masseros will take his third kill of the game.
This has been a pretty free lane up top for Jackie. Number 2 net worth, Masseros, has been on a run with Necros. He's going to have his mech up soon. Isn't a bit of a awkward spot, though.
Oh, Masseros, he's going to survive. Ghost Shroud or not, the Laguna wasn't enough, and now an Earth Spike. It lands on 3 heroes, and now they just jump right in. Fearless, he has no fear, this man. He's still so healthy as well. Are they going to jump back in? Jewel is out. Jackie's going to try and help out. The Soul Rip, the Thunder, they're trying to buy time. Fearless, no. He won't quite make it. They were one hit away from getting him out, and now maybe the chase is there. Young PH, he's off the mark with a line strike. They want Jackie, the Terrorblade so close to dying, and eventually Skill Lay. He'll have enough damage on the IO. And the persistence from YG does pay off.
Point though, they have to be worried about the control down bot. There's a lot of wards watching the spot, and they could catch Zorain out if he's not careful.
Haps, Q, gonna spot him out, Set Zero. Oh, here comes the relocate. They've got to run. Flesh Golem is popped, they're going to try, but the Jewel is there in time. The LC just looking to burst him down as Fearless jumps in. Nice Earth Spike as well. Set Zero, he's bought enough time. Q, he's out of there. Reaper Scythe onto Lun, he's gone on the LC, and now they've just got to back the hell out as YG, so close yet so damn far. Motivate, they're thinking about it, but you can't really feel the confidence right now, as they are going to spot out Zorain, but Fearless, who are you going to jump on? He'll go onto the LC and set Lun. He'll get caught out by the Aether Remnant. Meanwhile, on the backside, though, Set Zero's already gone. They found Young PH, though, on the leader. Now Skill Lay, he'll be the target they really wanted, and they've got the IO gone. Hal, he's trying to focus down the Tombstone, but how do you fight this team fight, Hal? He's just surrounded. I don't think there's any way out. As long as this IO's dead, he is going right to the graveyard. And it looks like YG have gifted even more kills the way of Motivate, as it's about to be a full team wipe. Fearless, he has the Aether Remnant. There's no TPing out. Lun's gone. And this is one timing we didn't really mention, John.
It makes matters worse. It's a level 1 Hand of God. We're not seeing a level 12 Chen yet, so it's only a 275 heal. He needs level 12 to have a little bit more impact here.
Oh, Jackie, they're going to try and burst him down while the meta's not up. Laguna is there. Soul Rip going to keep him healthy for a little bit. No, Jewel is there in time. They will not be able to get the Sunder off. Nice jump in from Lun. And now Massaros can be chased down in the Necrophos. They should be able to find him. Or will they? I mean, they haven't got the greatest lockdown still, but the toss is there onto Young PH, but no, the jump back in, the re-engage Fearless, he's in onto skill A, but they don't have the damage output. Set Zero's gone, Massaros, he'll get the Reaper sight, but it's still not enough to kill off this damn IO. In fact, they'll just keep going onto Q, they'll find the Undying. Fearless, he does finally kill off skill A, but what's it gonna cost them? He'll try to run. Eventually, Hal will have his way with him. It's a fantastic team fight here from YG.
Control for high ground isn't particularly amazing. It's not like last time where they had Monkey King. They had a little bit more AoE with a Storm and the Ags Vortex coming on. This time around, they've got Avalanche Toss, they've got LSA, and that's it. That's all their team fight for high ground. And I guess overwhelming odds to clear out the creep wave. It's going to take a lot of effort to stop this. Whereas for Motivate.Trust, they could just drop Tombstone, cut off the initiation, keep clearing out, keep healing up with Necrophos, and just slowly chip away here.
Oh, break is there. They're going to jump in now with Hal. Toss back. Lun, he's got the jewel up. He will throw it out. Can they keep him alive? Soul Rip was committed, but it's not. Oh, Jackie! Oh! He's going to survive. They can't kill him off. It's the shard. The Sunder was there. The shard from Massaros with the Ethereal, just keeping him alive. And Jackie, he had the Aegis anyway. They'll try again. Break is there, but Set Zero now, he's in with the Hex. They'll make the jump in onto Hal. They'd love the Tiny. Massaros, he's dropping quite low, but not quite low enough. In fact, Finger, Reaper's Sight, everything being committed, and Hal is down for 100 seconds without buyback available. Zorain, he can't even move. He'll just accept the fact that he is going to die, and Jackie. And this should be Megas coming out, unless YG are going to try and force the fight. Does feel like they might need to, but Fearless, he'll do it instead. He jumps in with the 8th Remnant, catching out Lun, and they should have more than enough. In fact, never mind that, they found Young PH instead. But no, nice relocate. Does actually get Young PH out of there. But it's the same kind of story. They're still without their POS 1 Tiny.
Yeah, it's just such a slow defense. And
oh, what an 8th Remnant. Checks the tree line, finds Young PH, forces the BKB on Jackie. He's going to force the fight anyway. Meanwhile, Jewel does nothing against Q, because again, the Ethereal was there from Massaros, and now Lun, he's between a rock and a hard place. He's got nowhere to go but down. 10 seconds, though, for Hal to be back up to rejoin this team fight. Jump in again, though. Young PH has been caught out. Lun, he'll commit the buyback. Try to ensure that this Lena does survive. And the barracks, they are still up. Laguna out, they've got the Aegis perhaps, and they do. Be one life. And they find a secondary. Break is there. They'll try to slow him down as much as they possibly can, but Set Zero, he's going to jump back in with the Hex out. How? He'll keep trying to force this with the Tiny. A nice toss back on a Jackie, but he has the Sunder. In fact, he pops the Satanic just in case. And now Massaros, he's going to jump in. Jewel is there. They've got Jackie, but do they have the damage? Not with that Ethereal. Massaros again, making the Jewel worth absolutely naught. As Lun, he's gone down with the dieback, and now Hal's been caught out. But with the Invis, he is safe. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for Zorain. The toss back, though, into the fountain. Jackie, will he finally die? What? Not quite. They have the Soul Rip. They have the Sunder. And he'll just walk away once again. In fact, Set Zero again onto the IO. They've got another kill underneath their belt. Skill Lay's gone. Massaros, he wants to go for a fountain dive. Young PH about to get shredded by Jackie. In fact, Hal, he'll be the target instead. There's your Reaper Sight, and Young PH, he's not going to escape either. A full team wipe.